In the quiet, forgotten waterways of the Philippine archipelago, a living relic slips through the murky shallows, almost unseen. It is a creature born of ancient lineages, a ghost in the water, more often felt than witnessed. Imagine the first light of dawn, mist blankets a remote river. The air is still, the hum of insects, the distant call of a forest bird. Then, a subtle disturbance breaks the glassy water. Two nostrils, a pair of watchful eyes, barely a ripple. This is the Philippine crocodile. So rare each glimpse feels like a secret. This animal is a master of patience, an ambush predator that can remain motionless for hours, a living part of the riverbank's tapestry. It breathes slowly, its body submerged, its senses attuned to the slightest vibration in the water, rustle in the reeds. For many of the people who live along these rivers, this crocodile is more myth than reality, a story whispered from one generation to the next. The Philippine crocodile, known to scientists as Crocodilus mindorensis, is a creature of subtle but remarkable beauty. Unlike its larger, more formidable relatives, it is a relatively small species. A fully grown adult rarely exceeds 3 meters in length, with many individuals being considerably smaller. This modest size is complemented by a broad snout and a robust, heavily armored body. The scales or scutes that run along its back are thick and bony, forming a protective shield that has served its ancestors well for millennia. Its hide is a tapestry of earthen tones, typically a golden brown or olive gray, which provides perfect camouflage against the mud and decaying leaves of its wetland habitat. Younger crocodiles are particularly striking. They are often adorned with darker crossbands and speckles across their bodies and tails, a pattern that helps them melt into the dappled light of the vegetation along the water's edge. As they mature, these patterns may fade, but a distinctive feature often remains, a golden brown hue on the back of its head and neck, which has earned it the local name bukarat and inspires the image of a crown jewel of the Philippine wetlands. Its eyes, positioned high on its head, are amber-colored orbs that gleam with a primal intelligence. Contrary to the fearsome reputation that precedes most crocodiles, the Philippine crocodile is an exceptionally shy and secretive animal. It actively avoids human contact, preferring the solitude of quiet marshes, small lakes, slow-moving currents of remote rivers. It spends much of its day basking on sun-drenched banks to regulate its body temperature or lying in wait in the water, a patient and silent hunter. Its movements are deliberate and often slow, conserving energy until a sudden burst is needed to seize a meal. This reserved nature means that conflicts with humans are rare and usually a result of accidental encounters, the crocodile feeling cornered and threatened. Perhaps the most astonishing aspect of its behavior is its dedication as a parent. After mating, the female constructs a nest, a carefully built mound of mud, leaf litter, other vegetation. This is not just a simple pile, it is an incubator. The decomposition of the plant matter generates heat, which helps to keep the eggs at a constant temperature. For up to 3 months, she will remain close by, a vigilant guardian protecting her future offspring from predators like monitor lizards, opportunistic birds. The moment of hatching is a tender spectacle. Hearing the faint chirps of her babies from within the eggs, the mother crocodile gently excavates the nest. The Philippine crocodile once thrived in freshwater habitats across the major islands of the archipelago, from Luzon in the north to Mindanao in the south. Its domain was the intricate network of rivers, marshes, ponds, and even rice paddies. These wetlands were rich with life, providing the crocodile with an abundance of fish, amphibians, and invertebrates to sustain its populations. It was an integral part of a healthy, functioning ecosystem, a top predator that helped maintain balance within its watery world. But today, this world is shrinking, and the crocodile is being squeezed out of existence. The primary force driving this creature toward extinction is the relentless loss of its habitat. Across the Philippines, wetlands are being drained and converted for agriculture at an astonishing rate. Marshes that once held water year-round are now vast plantations of rice. Sugarcane rivers that once flowed freely are now fragmented by dams built for irrigation, hydroelectric power. These dams not only block the crocodile's movement, but also alter water levels and flow, disrupting nesting sites, and reducing the availability of the shallow, calm waters that the species depends on for hunting and raising its young. Urban expansion and deforestation add another layer to this crisis. As forests are cleared from hillsides, soil erosion increases, choking rivers with silt. This sedimentation smothers the riverbed, destroying the habitats of the fish and invertebrates that the crocodiles feed on. Pollution from agricultural runoff, industrial waste, mining operations further contaminates the water, poisoning the entire food chain from the bottom up. For a species so intimately tied to a specific type of freshwater environment, this degradation of its home is a death sentence delivered slowly but surely. The result is a landscape of fragmented islands of survival. The crocodile is no longer found in one continuous range, but in a few isolated, scattered pockets of remaining habitat. In northern Luzon, the remote Sierra Madre. In Mindanao, the Ligawasan Marsh. These small, disconnected populations are extremely vulnerable. They face the risk of inbreeding, which reduces genetic diversity and resilience, and a single catastrophic event, like a severe drought, a toxic spill, could wipe out an entire local population in an instant. In the face of such overwhelming threats, the survival of the Philippine crocodile now rests in the hands of a dedicated few. A quiet revolution in conservation is taking place, led not only by scientists and international organizations, but also by the very people who live alongside the crocodile. In places like the municipality of San Mariano in Isabela Province, villagers who once feared or hunted the crocodile have transformed into its fiercest protectors, a powerful shift from persecution to partnership. This transformation is often sparked by education and engagement. When we understood that the bukarat was special to our place and found nowhere else, we knew we had a duty to protect it for our children. Local residents are trained as crocodile wardens, Bantay Buwaya. They patrol the rivers, monitor the crocodiles, and protect their nesting sites from disturbance. They work to educate their neighbors, mediate potential conflicts, and promote coexistence. If a crocodile is trapped in a net or stranded in a drying pond, these local heroes coordinate with experts to ensure a safe rescue and release. By empowering local people to become stewards of their own natural heritage, protecting the wetland for the crocodile also ensures cleaner water and healthier fish stocks for the community. While protecting crocodiles in the wild is the ultimate goal, their numbers have fallen so low that direct intervention has become a critical lifeline. Across the Philippines, conservation breeding centers have been established as nurseries of hope for the species. Here, every egg is precious, and every hatchling represents a small victory against extinction. Eggs are incubated in controlled conditions. Crocodile gender is determined by incubation temperature. Hatchlings are raised in secure enclosures, fed and monitored, allowing them to grow beyond their most vulnerable stage. This is head starting, producing strong young crocodiles ready to return to protected habitats. Amidst the daunting challenges, glimmers of hope shine through in the form of real, tangible success stories. In the remote community of Dunoy, nestled along a river in the Sierra Madre, a group of children found a clutch of crocodile eggs exposed and vulnerable after a riverbank eroded, and ran to tell the village wardens. The wardens protected the nest until the eggs hatched, and the community watched as dozens of hatchlings scrambled into the water. These moments are transformative. In Pag-asa, a young crocodile raised at a conservation center was released into a protected marsh. For months, researchers tracked its signal, watching it learn to hunt, find shelter, and integrate into its wild home. Years later, it was spotted again, now a healthy subadult. Proof that this works. Some villages have discovered that a living crocodile is far more valuable than a dead one, embracing low-impact ecotourism. This creates a direct link between the crocodile's survival and the village's prosperity, funding schools and improving livelihoods. Nests once raided are now guarded. Rivers once hostile are patrolled by protectors. Pride replaces fear. These stories show the path to recovery is long, but not impossible. With patience and partnership, the tide can slowly be turned. The story of the Philippine crocodile is a story poised at a critical juncture. It is a narrative of immense fragility, but also of incredible resilience, a testament to a species that has clung to existence against overwhelming odds. Its future is not yet secured, but for the first time in decades, it is not a foregone conclusion of loss. The path forward is being written today in the quiet, collaborative actions of scientists, rangers, villagers. The hope for its survival lies not in a single grand solution, but in the sum of 1,000 small, courageous acts. We all have a role. We can support frontline organizations, choose to be conscious consumers and travelers, and share its story, transforming the image of a feared monster into that of a shy, unique survivor. Imagine once more that river at dawn. But this time, the lone head that breaks the surface is not the last of its kind. It is one of many. In the reeds, a mother guards her nest. Further downstream, children point with excitement, not fear, as a young crocodile basks on a log. Quiet waterways can once again be a true sanctuary, where this golden-crowned jewel reclaims its ancestral home. We have the power to ensure this ghost in the water does not fade away, but becomes a lasting symbol of coexistence and care.